Welcome, fellow dreamers, and welcome to our new surprise segment. I first want to start off by saying, hey, I fixed my tripod, so I can now hopefully do the drawing stream next without issue. So, our new segment. I would like to our inner child has finally manifested themselves. They manifested themselves for a while now. I have them tattooed. Poe. A little Nevermore tattoo. We just haven't realized it until recently. So yeah. Today we're gonna introduce you to Poe, and we're gonna do their segment with... Hold on. The Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And Urban Crow Tarot, or Oracle. And Hope has decided to give her divination charms to Poe as well. Alright. As for Poe's significator object, they wanted me to make them a clay totem. I think this is some of my best sculpt work yet. Alright. So without further ado, let's get into it. I will be reading the guidebook on this because I haven't familiarized myself with these. With which minor arcana means what yet. Look at the spider! Alright. I love the smell of new tarot cards. What messages does our inner child have for us today? Fuck. I swore in front of the child. Sorry. Made with just a bit of violet flame, so that leads me to believe that this is our part of our lost spirituality from the fractured soul. I guess it's split into 3 parts. My divine feminine, my divine masculine, and then our inner child, which is non-binary. They're not really non-binary, they're actually both genders, but apparently the term for that is now a slur, so I can't say what they are. Anyways, we have Knight of, I think, Hearts. The Tower in reverse. And 5 of Graves in reverse. Alright, so let me just get the meanings of each one. And I'm so thankful that my inner child took the form of a bird, because I've had some bad experiences with children, and I'm just more used to, with human children, and I'm just more used to taking care of animals. Alright. Let's see what we got here. My allergies are acting up again. Okay. Okay. The Knight of Hearts is a card that represents heroism, but also great risk. The Knight has pure intentions, but his courage and risk may cause misfortune. Oh. So I think we're being warned to proceed with caution in some areas. Maybe there's something you're thinking about doing that might be too impulsive. Let's see what the Tower says. And the reason I'm looking, I know, some of them are kind of, the major arcana should be obvious, but, it's been a while since I've heard some of the Edgar Allan Poe stories, and, not since I was a kid, and a young teenager, so I wanted to refamiliarize myself with them. for fun, like some inner child work is exploring past nostalgia. If I can find the tower, damn. I just swore in front of the kid again, sorry. In Poe's tarot, the tower is represented by the dark pit. The pit and the pendulum. In this case, it is a tower that drops down into the earth rather than one that touches the clouds. But the meaning of the card remains the same. The tower is a symbol of upheaval, chaos, and destruction. Its meaning is not always dire, however. It can also mean a sudden awakening or revelation. This does bring me back to my ex again. And, I will say that I've had the same experience with my ex that I've had with a few former friendships. And that is, you get to know this person for a while, right? And, they do abuse you, but they do it in a way where it's not obvious, hence mental abuse. So that warps your brain to a degree. And then they, oh my gosh, my nose is acting up again, sorry. They warp your brain, and they just basically trickle in abuse with criticism that they try to disguise as care. And, when in reality they're just tearing you down. Like, these examples are more obvious in my ex-relationship, but, he would do this thing where he would give me what I like to call complisalts. So, he would say things like, "You're a 9, I don't believe in perfect 10s," or, "You're overweight, but I think you're beautiful." Or, my personal favorite, "You're an asshole, but you're my asshole." Swore in front of the kid again, sorry, Poe. Anyways, like, what I was saying basically is, one thing I want to point out before I forget, I think Poe might have manifested as a bird too, because, I think, they might also be a part of Stolas. Me, Adama, and Stolas. That's our child right there. Anyways, what was I saying? Right, so, what that does is it kind of wears down your self-esteem, but it also disguises their true intentions until it's too late. And you don't realize it until you look back on the relationship. And, you also don't look back until they have, gone too far. And usually they've either done something that you just can't overlook or forgive, and you cut them off, or they decide they can't get anything out of you anymore. You've started setting boundaries, so they abandon you. And it's a shock. You see their mask all the way off for that first time. And suddenly the person you thought you knew has been brutally killed in front of you by a monster that now wears their skin. And it's just, it hits you, it's such a shock. And, and on top of that, they usually take off after that, and you never get to talk to them again, and you never really get any closure. You never get to confront them or hurt them back or say what's on your mind. And, even then you're like, would it be enough? Like, even if you could hurt them, even if you had the power to hurt them, would it be enough? Would it be enough to rectify the damage that's been done to you? Sure, I might have sent my ex to hell and his army of demons, but was it enough? I still have nightmares, I still have trauma responses when memories are triggered. And, it's just, wake-up calls aren't always refreshing. They can be just as damaging as being trapped in the... I mean, they're a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing to be out of there. But at the same time, it's just... you can't process it right. You're just trying to process it, but you can't. Because, 0 equals 100 out of nowhere. And you just don't understand what happened, you knew something, your life made sense, and then the next minute, your world is upside down, and then looking back, everything is horrible and tainted now. And that person that you thought you knew, you realize they're just a facade, and now you question if they're even real, if anything really happened at that point, even though you know it did, you still got the mental and physical scars from it, but it feels like a bad dream, But yeah, sorry to go on a bit of a tangent there. Let's see what the reverse meaning says. But yeah, that's also goes into don't rush into things, because yeah, I rushed into that relationship. It wasn't a good idea. But I don't know, I was grieving, I wasn't in the right frame of mind. He just had this hold on me, and it's scary. It was scary. It's scary to think about. It's scary to look back on. There are days when I try to pretend it didn't exist and ignore it, but that's probably not good. I shouldn't do that. I need to face it. I need to process it. And talking about it helps sometimes. Oh, what's this? In Poe's story, a man is bound and trapped in a pit as a blade on a pendulum swoops down, getting closer and closer each time it passes. This slow torture could drive him mad, but instead it awakens him in a scheme to escape. Hey, remember that at the end of the day, we did escape. When this card appears in your reading, prepare your wits for the unexpected. Reverse meaning. The Tower card reversed is your reading can signify that you are stuck in a rut and finding it challenging to make a necessary change. So, if you're anything like me, you probably don't know how to move on from whatever trauma you're facing, But, you've got people around you just telling you, oh, just let it go, it's in the past, it's in your rearview mirror. How do you? I've tried actively turning my back on it and not engaging with it, and it still haunts me. I just, I really don't know. I would like to not think about it. I'd like to forget it happened, but I just can't. I'd like to process it. I'd like it if it didn't bother me anymore, and it shouldn't, I've got 2 new husbands. I've got a child now. But at the end of the day, I was still hurt. And I was hurt physically, I was hurt mentally, I was tortured for fun for months on end. And at the end of the day, can anybody blame me for having PTSD? I mean, Adama still has PTSD about what happened to him too. And we comfort each other through it, we just don't know how to end the symptoms. Maybe next dragon therapy, right? Well, let's see what the 5 says. 5 of Greaves. What do we got? The 5 of Graves has been called a dark night of the soul. It represents destitution, loneliness, a terrible low point. The silver lining to this card is potential to bond with someone else over your hardships. Hey, like me and Adama. What do you know? Maybe this is your call to do some shadow work. Have your own inner child with your own partner. Then again, though, I do want to say that, not all shadow work is going going to be romantic partners. You're gonna do the shadow work. They're gonna start out as a shadow version of yourself. And basically, the best way to do shadow work is to just talk to yourself in a journal, and then, write your problems down, write what you feel down, and then respond to yourself as if you were comforting somebody else. Show yourself love and compassion. Then you will start getting dreams of a past version of yourself that you most need in your life. For me, it happened to be a romantic partner, but I have heard cases of it being a sister, a mother, a father figure, stuff like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, so, yeah. You will still need to get in contact with your inner child. Hey, maybe it will just full on be your inner child. Maybe it'll just be you and them. Who knows? For me, it's me, Adama, and now Poe. Then, Stolas joined our marriage too. Yeah, he's our guardian angel. So, yeah, let me continue on this. It represents... Okay, potential to bond with someone else over your hardships. And create new friendships. Now, I wouldn't recommend trauma bonding with, another human, because humans are awful. And a lot of them won't even actually have trauma. They'll just, give you a sob story and then use your trauma to manipulate and control you. So, do only use this for shadow work. This card indicates that if you have the means, you should be charitable. Now, that doesn't mean money. Be nice to yourself. You need to give yourself some self-care. Especially because if you give money to charity, it's not going where they say it's going. I actually want to bring this up, and this is the biggest reason I stopped giving money to charity. But, there was this public access program called Shepherd's Chapel that I used to watch back to back. But every weekend they would give their channel to some charity program that was trying to collect funds for Israel. So, basically, what happened was they had this old woman. She had a very specific, distinct look to her, so I remember her exactly. Her name was Hava. She had this whole backstory about how she needed to choose between taking bronchitis medicine or buying food for herself. So, we all naturally feel bad for her, but okay, fast forward to several years later. Or maybe not several years, a couple of years later. I move into my new house, or me and my family, and this commercial for Israel comes on again. And I'm like, okay. Then they have that same woman. I didn't think much of it at first, until she had a different name and a different story. And I was like, hey! Besides, if, as many people donate to charity, if it was actually going to where it said it was going, don't you think these problems wouldn't be problems anymore? You can give to charity if you want. Just make sure that you're giving to an ethical charity and make sure the money is going where it's supposed to go. I also can't give money to charity right now because I am the charity and I don't have any money. But yeah. Okay, the 5 of Graves reversed denotes financial gain through hard work and toil. I guess you're being encouraged to work hard. I guess Graves is supposed to be coins in this deck. Alrighty then. Guess that makes sense because there's pentacles everywhere in there. Yeah, I've never heard of Graves being money, but yeah, alright, whatever. Alright, as soon as my leg wakes up here, I'll, let me see if I can put this down without it falling. Yay! Alright, let's pull some oracles now. Ow. Fuck. I just swore in front of the kid again. Sorry, Poe. If you're wondering, Redmayne babysits them when we're being intimate, so yeah. It's not, don't worry about that. I can't wait for Poe to meet Aurora. I can't wait to see them play together. I bet it'll be cute. Hold on. It's hard for me to open this box. There we go. A lot of people, say that they've had to part ways with certain spirit guides, and it kind of bothers me, you know, because it's like, if you... It shows that you just view them as tools, you know? Like, yes, I graduated Garkin's class, but she's still a friend and part of the family, and I still babysit her child from time to time. Aurora, you know, because I hatched the egg and I'm attached. Part of my class was to hatch the egg. Okay. Here we go. Gonna try not to rotate them because, sometimes I accidentally rotate the oracles. Isn't the artwork pretty? I love the smell of Barnes & Noble cards. Yay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Resistance. It's always good to have a good reminder from Poe to never give up. You know, that you ever heard that story, Little Engine That Could? I think I can. You're going to be met with a lot of resistance in life, especially, you know, if you're spiritual and people around you aren't, and there's not a lot of spiritual people left in the world. You know, like, there's me, and then there's a handful of people I know at Dancing Moon, but, you know. Oh, look at that, that's pretty. Oh, I love the Tree of Life. Community, okay. Protection. Protect your spiritual family. Yeah, I do take back what I said, though. I had one spirit guide that I had to part ways with, but it's just because we weren't working well together. Let's just say Adama wasn't the first, guide that I was romantically intertwined with. I was first intertwined with Loki. I didn't view him as a god, though. I viewed him as a alien, and I think that might be where part of the conflict went in. Like I said, I only worship God, the one true God, but, yeah, you know how Loki's got an ego on him, and on top of that, he was all about chaos and change, and I had high anxiety at the time, and it was just, yeah, it wasn't working out, so, yeah, that sometimes it happens, sometimes you're just not compatible, nothing bad on him, though, it was fun while it lasted. Ooh, and Freedom. Free Bird, I just got the song Free Bird playing in my head. And, you know, that's what I felt like, too, when I got out of that abusive relationship. A free bird. This is probably why Poe wanted me to sculpt them soaring. And it's also the meaning of my tattoo of Poe, which I unknowingly got tattooed of my inner child here. Nevermore. Because that day I took back myself, my real self, and I'm never letting that happen again. I'm never letting anybody change me for the worst again. Alright, let's do some charms, and then we'll wrap this video up. Aw, Poe, we got a My Melody. Poe likes Hello Kitty. Okay. Just gonna shuffle these around. Oh, you know what? That's a better idea, Poe. Woo. Just gonna shuffle them around at random for a bit. And then I'm just gonna grab at random 3. Okay. So you've got this stone that I keep forgetting what it is. I think it's aventurine. Okay. Let me just feel the energy I'm getting off it. It's cold as always. Ooh, peaceful. So feel peace with your new spiritual community and avoid the cold. Then we have an axolotl. They're so cute. Regenerate your sense of security within your new spiritual family. Then we got this mushroom. This is definitely an aventurine. Freedom from the fungus. Alrighty. So that was our first inner child reading. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell too. And please do go support our Etsy shop. It's kind of snowing where I am right now, and I'm not really able to work right now because of the stupid snow roads. So, if you could, head down there and purchase a couple of readings, that would be great. If you purchase anything physical, it might take a while for me to get it out, but, because of the snow. But, if you could just go and purchase some readings, that would be very helpful. And do keep an eye out for, me posting a reading for me, like a reading option from Naleon and Poe. So, yeah. And, next time we film, we will be doing the art stream because my voice is still a little too congested for the reading, for, narrations. I'm gonna be honest with you, I am a little nervous to do the narration because I received such backlash on this story, but, you know what, we're gonna do that drawing, and then I'm gonna do the narration. Alright, until next time, fellow dreamers. Bye!